Hello and welcome to On Your Toes, our hour of improvised comedy. I'm Katie. A little bit about how this is going to work is we're each going to do, there's 10 of us, and we're each going to do about 5 minutes of improvised stand-up. But for that to work, we obviously need your prompts, you being the audience. So if you can comment on the YouTube live stream with anything you would like to hear about, sort of consistently through the video, we would really appreciate that. But also when we ask for prompts, that's a kind of urgent call for you to comment. But if you have anything at any other point that pops into your mind, feel free to just pop that in there. So like the sort of thing you might be interested in, flamingos, for example, pop that in the YouTube and we'll get going. So I'm gonna go with shoplifting from Libby. Obviously, I realise this is going on a public platform, so I should be careful. But I'm gonna say it. When I was about 6, I was in a co-op with my grandmother, and I shoplifted one individual sweet from the pick and mix, which was sort of deeply unhygienic now I think of it. But also, that was the most I've ever had in terms of like the thrill of stealing. Unfortunately, I immediately felt sort of severely guilty and did not deal with theft well, to the extent that not only did I immediately tell my grandma what I'd done, and she didn't think it was as big of a deal as I did, but she was willing to go with me. I went back into the co-op and reported myself to the man on checkout. Not an obvious system. I let him know that I'd just stolen something and sort of offered myself up for whatever form of punishment they have for 6-year-olds who take a small sort of ice cream flavoured sweet. He had very little to say. He didn't want it back for obvious reasons. I think pick and mix is actually something really weird. Why is it such an institution in the cinema, but really very few other places apart from Wilco? Why have these people decided to specialise in pick and mix? It's not. I wouldn't say it was an obvious career choice. I wonder like who runs pick and mix as the brand, because I can only assume it's copyrighted. And I think that's interesting that someone thought, oh, I wonder how we could sort of incorporate as many germs as possible into an eating process and sort of put loads and loads of children who just going to be shoving their hands in there and just sort of hope for the best. I actually think cinemas are a haven of germs. There was a weird period during my school life when it was pretty standard that going to the cinema was code for going to sort of snog someone in the back of the cinema. I say this, it was not code for me personally. I was what can be described as sort of deeply ugly until I was about, I would say, sort of in the last year. So I was personally not getting off with anyone in the back of the cinema, but it was pretty common practice. And again, I just think, why? I mean, if you've paid good money to watch, for example, Despicable Me 2, why are you going to be putting your attention elsewhere? Focus on what's at hand. There's plenty of other time to be canoodling. As you can see, I'm very sort of inexperienced from my use of the word canoodling, which I did immediately regret. I did have a boyfriend during primary school. I mean, I can only imagine I did, but I did not mean to say primary school. I had a boyfriend during secondary school. And while everyone else was doing exciting things in the back of the cinema, I've been grounded twice in my life. Once was when my mother found a Muller corner yogurt in my room and acted as if I'd sort of just given birth in my room, aged 14. I was in huge trouble and banned from going out. There's a lot to unpack there, but we quite simply don't have time. The other time was when I arrived back late from the cinema where I had been with my boyfriend, truly just watching Despicable Me 2. That's why it came to mind. And actually, Despicable Me 2 is a film about which I have literally no opinions. So on that note, I am going to be passing over to the next person, our next comedian, who is Liz. I'm going to be adding her to the stream now. Hey, Liz. How are you?
I'm good. Your story about the pick and mix was quite harrowing because I did the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm glad to know.
But I took it out of my mouth and left it on the side. Yeah. So
I'm glad to see there's another person who shares the same strange conscience as me. Should we get some more prompts, please, everyone? And then I'm gonna leave Liz to do her thing.
Some lovely little prompts for we got one. Maybe a few more. Oh, do you know what? I've seen one that says birthday.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with that. Farewell, Liz, as I work out how to leave.
Hi guys, how the hell are you? Maybe get out my room. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about birthdays. I've got a lovely little story I'm going to embark on with all of you. Can we go back 3 years, please? Go back 3 years. Yeah. 3 years ago, I got for my birthday a lovely little cute present with all of my family. You know, they kind of pulled together to buy me. It was a lovely, really endearing thing, which was a massage. With 12 men in Shanghai, China, and honestly, best experience of my life. They were lovely. I first time around, men, you know, not really something that I'm akin to. I do have 3 brothers, but I'm locked in the basement. You know what I mean? So I don't really see much of them. Yeah, it was a lovely time. They were very nice to me. They brought me a lovely pancake because they didn't really have like Victoria sponges or like, you know, traditional cakes in Shanghai, China. It was more these kind of pancake things, which I, with all my glee, decided was absolutely delicious, and I absolutely adored it, really. And I feel like that's the kind of thing you have to do on your birthdays. It's just, oh, that's lovely. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to be honest, not the first time I've done that. Christmas last year, I did get a lovely pair of underwear from my grandmother. Gorgeous, like red, with an anus hole in it. So who knows what she was thinking, but you know, I did adore it. But I would say that I think it's fairly rude of her to decide that that's something we need. Because it's very clear to everyone here that I am pretty lonely. But you know, that's kind of something that we keep locked inside. Do you know what I mean? Don't come out. But something that I often I'm reminded of on birthdays, first of all being around 12 men with absolutely no sexual tension, and then getting small underwear from my lovely Turkish grandmother, and always putting on my lovely British face. On that note, I am going to pass over. Not die, that'd be weird. Then pass it over to someone else to bring them on. If you're there, hello, shouting to the ether, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very, very, very good. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks. I think that was a bit too soul-bearing for me.
We're allowed to soul bear at 10:30 in the morning, I think.
I know. All comes out, doesn't it?
In kind of sleep kind of mode, so it's all kind of, yeah. Oh, can we have some more prompts, please?
We've got one coming through.
Oh, Guitar Hero. Okay, I'm going to go for Guitar Hero.
Hi.
Bye. Hello. Yeah, I would say I'm a bit of a guitar hero myself. You know, I dabble on the guitar now and then. I have been playing the guitar now for, I think, 11 years, and I still only know 4 chords. The same 4 chords that play Hey Soul Sister. Yeah, that was my jam back in the day. Yeah, my guitar kind of used to be my means of kind of venting all my young adolescent angst, basically, and annoyances with the world. I was going through what one could call a bit of a, depressive stage when I was 11 years old. I actually found the video the other day. I'm sitting there with my cute little sheep beanie and my little guitar, and I'm singing, "Life's too short to even care at all." Whoa. And I'm like, oh, I was just this emblem of like thinking that everything in life was really crap, but basically it was probably because the book that I wanted was not at the library. Yeah, that was kind of me when I was 11 years old, wrapped up. I've kind of found a new kind of relaxation, because I guess it was kind of it was almost kind of a bit of a meditation in that sense. My kind of new relaxation nowadays, well, I've tried a bit of meditation. Yeah, bit meditation. Apart from, so I put the headphones in, and they're like, just stop thinking, in other words, and your mind's like, it's like a bulldozer. It's like constant. And you're like, well, I really can't stop thinking, so fuck off. And then his voice comes on as well, and that's even more distracting, because I don't know if you've ever heard the Headspace voice, the online guy. Very, very erotic, especially at these times. Very, very erotic. You're like listening to it and you're like, okay, just empty the mind, and you're like, oh, sorry, like, am I supposed to be feeling something spiritual right now? Because I definitely am. I definitely am from that voice. And yeah, so I've actually needed the meditation quite a lot recently, because obviously it's quite a stressful time, and I find myself, getting frustrated about the very, very little things in life, like chewing. Oh my God. I actually looked this up the other day because I thought maybe it was disorder. Because I get really, really angry when my parents are chewing at dinner, because I really feel like it reflects certain parts of their personality that I really get frustrated at. And I actually looked up, I was like, what does your eating habits mean for you? And so next time we were at dinner, my mum was like eating really fast, like she's in the war, she's like rationing. And my dad's like greedy, like he takes like 3 huge mouthfuls, and then he kind of like takes a pause. And I was like, Mom, you're not in the fucking war. And I was like, that means that you are highly strong and really compulsive. So yeah, I think that is probably the end of my 4 minutes. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you with a lovely image of my mum and dad eating. I'm sure it will annoy you less than it annoys me. But yeah, I'm going to pass you on to the next person now.
Hey.
How is it going?
It's going good. I think Guitar Hero is weird because, like, it's more impressive to see someone play a really good Guitar Hero song on Guitar Hero than it is to see it on actual guitar.
Yeah, it's interesting that I read the prompt Guitar Hero and I instantly thought of myself as the Guitar Hero.
Like a hero, an actual hero.
I didn't really think of
it. Of the soul.
Such a narcissist, aren't I? Such a narcissist.
Oh yeah, I need to pick a prompt. Bees versus cheese. I saw. Bees versus cheese. So right, I'm gonna sing a song about bees versus cheese. Let's see how this goes. Listen up. Let me tell you how there was a war between the bees and cheese, and it's happening now because they're mortal enemies. They don't like each other, and if you cook your pasta, make sure to use butter, because I usually get these 2 things a bit confused. Last time that I had a date, well, she felt a bit used, because when I promised her a pizza For our tea, I accidentally covered it in motherfucking bees, and now she hates me. Please take me back. I promise next time I cook you food, it will not taste that whack. Please take me back. Oh God, how's it turned into therapy this quickly? All right, yeah. Bees and cheese. Why do they hate each other? Well, you see, bees are lactose intolerant naturally, and they've tried cheese and they've realized how fucking good it is, and they've just thought, this isn't fair. This absolutely isn't fair. So they've started a war. This is actually why, I don't know if you've seen the news lately, but murder hornets have entered. They've entered the chat because coronavirus wasn't enough, and they're only here because they're angry about our cheese. So if you want to help, okay, right? I mean, clap the NHS. That's fine. But what you should be doing is sprinkling Parmesan outside, right? Just to sate the bees' hunger. It'll keep them. It'll keep them fresh. So yeah, cheese is something, I don't know, everyone's obsessed with cheese, and it's pretty good, but I don't think it's as good as everybody seems to make it out to be. I mean, cheese, it's kind of just like salty fat, and I mean, if you want salty fat, then why not just get with my dad? Oh no, I hate my brain. Let's sing a song about my dad, actually. Let's do that. Oh, bloody hope he doesn't find the link to this video. Who knows where this is going to end up. Daddy, please. Why don't you love me? I've done everything that you want. When I was younger, you said that I would be your favorite. Then you had another kid. Someone wants my dad to be in the video, but unfortunately he's at home and he probably wouldn't fit on the screen. He's a big man. He gyms around about 3 times a day, and I'm a bit of a fan, but it's sometimes scary. Like, he's got this punch bag in the garden, and he doesn't just punch it, he full-on nuts it, and then he also grabs it and knees it in the stomach, and it doesn't even have a stomach. That's not right, man, and it's this kind of aggressive, toxic masculinity that persuades the modern man, and I think secretly he's actually in the closet just a bit, because, yes, I just watched him beat up a man and punch him in the dick, but he moisturized afterwards. All right, that's my 4 minutes. Thanks, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Sophie. How's it going?
How are you?
I'm good.
Can I just say, I think that's quite a weird thing you said about your dad, Adam. I mean, not your dad, about cheese. I don't care about your dad. Cheese. What do you mean it's overrated? Explain yourself.
What's overrated? My dad?
Cheese. No, your dad's
Oh, cheese. It's not that great.
I don't agree.
Well, that's fine. We're allowed to disagree.
Well,
people seem to think that if I don't like something, that means I hate them personally, and I still like you, Sophie, even if you like cheese.
Right. See, all I heard right then was I hate cheese. I hate you personally.
Well, fine then. I'll piss off as soon as you pick a prompt.
Oh, so actually, I was looking through the prompts, and I did notice one. Frozen by Lydia C. And I'm very passionate about Frozen, so this jumped out to me. And even though this was a couple of minutes ago, I actually just think that's a classic example of how people don't want to talk about Frozen because it's not edgy enough. It's not cool to like Frozen, is it? Because everybody likes Frozen, right? But sometimes things are popular for a reason. Okay, guys? I would die for Elsa's honour. I'm not afraid to say it. I'd also kill for Elsa's honour. So make of that what you will. I've even got some Frozen merch in my room. Probably shouldn't move the camera. That's a lamp. It's a Frozen merchandise lamp. Anyway, so that's Frozen. I love Frozen. Been watching a lot of that on Rewind, Replay even. I've also been watching, what else have I been watching? I've been watching Hitler's Circle of Evil, which is a docuseries on Netflix. And I binge things, so they tend to take over my life a little bit, and that's not great in this circumstance because it's meant that all of my analogies are. So Hitler's Circle of Evil is about the Hitler's henchmen. That's how they describe it. Basically, the main guys surrounding Hitler. Yeah, so it basically has meant that all of my analogies have been related to these like big name Nazis. And I should say at this point that we're Jewish, so my family, so it's been a bit problematic, you could say. An example of this is so I've recently learned that Joseph Goebbels is quite the ladies' man. He was also the Nazi propaganda guy. I don't know how he was a ladies' man. He's not very good looking, to be honest. He's not exactly young Stalin, if you know what I mean. Where was I? Oh, Joseph Goebbels. Yeah, so my brother, for example, if he had a date, I'll be like, oh, look at you. You're quite the Jewish Joseph Goebbels. It's a really inappropriate thing to say, isn't it? Not sure I should have said that on here, actually. Which one am I? That's the natural question. Which one am I? I've decided that I am Hermann Goering. That's the fit one, the good-looking one. Not that any of them are that fit, I will say that. Hitler's Circle of Evil has quite a low bar in terms of dateability, even just physical dateability. So this is, you know, their personalities aside, which is quite hard to do with Nazis. So yeah, I've decided that I'm Goering, the fit one. Maybe that's actually, you know, that is quite a good compliment, actually. I just thought, you know, I'm not really good at, you know, approaching people romantically. I never know what to say at the beginning. I want to make a joke, but it's often not very funny. Maybe if I started with, you're like a non-Nazi Hermann Goering. That's quite a good line, isn't it? Quite a compliment. Anyway, I've been talking about Nazis for 2 minutes. What else is going on in the world? Loads of things. Actually, not a lot. I got Disney Plus. Not I didn't get it. My family got it, and I am scrounging like I do on everything, just leeching. Yeah, lots of things on that. Got the Mandalorian on that. Baby Yoda, who is so cute. Obviously, there's been loads of like press about this, like, Baby Yoda, he's so cute. He's so cute. Like, I don't even know. I would do anything for this child. I know he's not real, but I would do anything for this child. And I've even started building a nursery. I know, yeah, okay, not real, but I've started building a nursery just in case the baby gets stranded, the Baby Yoda, and needs someone to live with. I guess you could say I'm quite lonely. Yeah, it's not very nice of you to bring that up. I brought it up. Not my biggest fan. So normally it's just me and my cat hanging out, although we do get on pretty well. I think it's really nice to have animal friends, actually. I do think in some ways they get you better than people, because people, they'll talk back at you. So if you ask them, do you like me? They'll answer you. And that can go badly if they don't like you. So the best thing about my cat is I'll say to my cat, Coda, that's his name, he's very cute. Do you like me? He doesn't say anything because he's a cat. And I think that means that he does. He does like me. He does like spending time with me. I'm actually running out of time, which is a real pity because I have so much to say about cats and local wildlife because they really are wonderful. So I would suggest actually just go wander around your neighborhood on today's Soviet mandated walk. Find a cat on the street and adopt it. That's my life advice to you. Just take it home. Hey, Matt.
What?
Why you? I saw you go for the Nazis. You went for the Nazis and then went, you know what? I'll tone it down. And then no. What? Oh my god, that was beautiful.
I was like, I shouldn't have watched it. You should. It's a good docu-series, though. It is very interesting.
Is it a good docu-series?
It is, although I'm not really sure what angle they're going from. I don't know.
Probably the anti-Nazi angle. I would assume, based on.
I didn't get enough.
Usually, oh no. I'm looking down at this. All the comments, the vast majority of the comments are now related to Nazis.
Jesus, I'm so
This is
sorry.
what you've done.
I'm so sorry.
You've taken this in such a direction. I'm scrolling right the way up now.
Ooh,
What can I do? I've got to pick a prompt. Lucas Holt says the French. Should I go with the French? All right.
I mean,
I've got the prompt.
Love the French.
Sophie, I literally love you. That was the best thing. Oh my god. Oh, get ready for some non-Nazi related content. I've actually I've written a song just for this occasion. It's very exciting. It's called All the Things That I Love About the French. Yeah, that's it. What else is there? My dating life, it's going, oh, lockdown Tinder is not the one. Lockdown Grindr is not the one. My experience with the Grindr, I got it for the first ever time. I got it when I was like 14, and I matched with my scout leader. I say I matched with, I saw my scout leader, and I have not yet got back onto Grindr because Jesus fuck no. That said, the man had an impressive set of abs. Like if I saw that now, I probably would. Get some props. Some people's parents, and I want to send a hint, buy them Lynx Africa. My mum got me an ab cruncher. Not just any ab cruncher. The Sainsbury's ab cruncher. This person, you can't even see her abs. Like if you're going to advertise an ab cruncher, demonstrate your abs. My mum got me an ab cruncher. My mum thinks that I am not fuckable. Sophie's mum doesn't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophie. I've drawn attention to your Nazi proclivity. I've never used that ab cruncher in my life. I don't know why you would. It looks shit. It looks like. It's 3 poles. I don't know what you're doing. Why is she so happy? She's not even off what she's doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not sweating. You're sat there looking for distance. Oh my god, there's a man. There is a man. What? Why again? Both of them just look dead. They look dead inside. Why don't I use a machine that kills my will to live? It's actually what I'm doing now with this laptop and this, comedy. I'm out of time now, so who's up next? I'm sure you'll be glad to get back of me. Who's up next? Is it Jade? I think it's Jade. Come on, Jade, come on down.
Wait, hi.
Hey, Jade, how you doing?
From this content, but I am going to bring it back to some more, normality and some more wholesome things. I saw you on a ukulele. I bought one to try, and it's right here. But if you can see, I've actually snapped a string because I do not know how to tune it. And I tuned it to
no.
So that's like where I'm at in my life. For my little set, I'm actually, if people can start commenting, I need dates between January and August, like any date, but I need the day and the month. And I will tell you for why. I don't know about you, Matt, but I have been rediscovering myself at home during quarantine, and I actually found my diary.
Hey, love that.
And this has got some pretty golden content in. It's pretty mixed in terms of I don't know, some days will be really mundane.
You've got some date prompts.
Yeah.
You've got some date prompts.
Okay, then that's your time to skedaddle, mate. See you in a bit.
Jade, I'm just going to jump in here and let you know your audio is a little bit funky.
I
can't
really know how to. how to go about changing.
It was fine. I can just sort of hang out in the corner if you want, because it was completely
Now.
fine. When Matt was on here with you, it was truly, as he left, the sound disappeared. Do you want me to try again? And then I'll leave, and if it happens again, I'll just come into the corner and sort of sit here while you do yours.
Anyone else speaking to Matt?
Yeah, it was fine when you're speaking to Matt.
What the
Just
hell?
you by yourself. That is, and I think I can say this, the patriarchy in action.
I know, silencing women. So Katie's here just as my kind of support network, because I am going to be reading from my 2010 diary from when I was 13, and it was kind of a rough time. So I just kind of need a friend here. Nothing to do with my audio, just purely for support. So I think what I said earlier was that I was going to go for the 10th of what was it? It was January. I forgot what the word January was. Let's see what Jade was up to. It was the weekend. You'll be thrilled to know. And this begins with Weekend and a Heart. All day at panto rehearsals, in brackets, 11 a.m. to 5:15 a.m. p.m. That would be wild. So I was in a pantomime when I was younger, and I was honestly so bad. Like, this was before I realised that, like, it's better for me to just do comedy because I'm making a show of myself anyway, and I am an embarrassment. So it's better to just kind of, like, let the world know that. Whereas in this pantomime, I was, like, very seriously pretending to be, like, that leading lady, like, kind of, well, I say leading lady, I was simply in the chorus. But I was trying to be very cool. I thought, went early because I'm singing. Now, I cannot sing, so I don't know why I was cast in this pantomime. But there we are. It was called The Tinderbox. It was great. And I finished my history essay at last. Isn't that a great time? So we're now going to go for Wednesday, the 6th of May, because we're just going to kind of skip between seasons. 6th of May. Is that what today is? Yeah. So let's see what I was doing exactly 10 years ago today. Let's hope it's something juicy. Oh my God, I had my last SAT today. My last SAT. So these would have been the year 8 SATs, year 9 SATs, I don't know. And it was mental maths. It was okay, I suppose. Okay, I suppose. And I like to draw like little emojis as well. So I did have like a slanty face just to prove that I guess it was kind of okay. Haha, RE was funny. Yeah, RE in my school, it wasn't a religious school, so it was kind of like we did more philosophy and ethics rather than actual religion. And maybe I would be a better person if I was taught the teachings of the Bible, for example, or any other religious book for that matter. But no, we did just kind of do random stuff. I got a 4C in a test, and then we went bowling. German equals lol was another comment of mine. German lessons were fun in school. We did kind of just mess about. I couldn't tell you one word. Let's go for July 29th, purely because video killed the radio star. I've been watching your comments kind of throughout this live stream, and they've been quite amusing, as is your name. I presume that's not your actual name, but I don't know. I'm not one to judge if it is. Okay. Wow. So this comes with a very detailed drawing. I am an artist, for those of you who don't know. It's kind of like a storm, and then it says summer 2010. That I don't know if that's a metaphor for how my summer was, in which case it was a turbulent time with thunder and showers. The text that goes with this, I got up early-ish and went to Liverpool shopping with Mum and Tara, that's my sister, and just stayed in after that. I mean, what an anticlimax. I went out to Liverpool shopping and I didn't even tell you what I bought, what I experienced on the shopping trip. I just stayed in afterwards and then drew a nice little picture. I've had my 5 minutes, and to be honest, there's so much juice in here that we didn't get to, which I'm kind of gutted about, because I've not embarrassed myself as much as I think I could have / should have. I'm just glad that Katie was here with me to experience it.
You are welcome. We are sort of interested to see what happens in the next stage of this little technological excitement. I would like to say, just to embarrass you a little bit, yesterday when we were doing our rehearsal of this, Jade found one individual false eyelash that she had taken off her face after a night out and glued into her diary. So that was what we got to see during the run through.
Yeah, cool. Do you want to see it? I'll try and find it.
And I think the people deserve it, to be quite frank.
So I used to go to like an under 18s club. Because I was a cool 13-year-old, that's where I had my first kiss. You know, it was all popping off. My first like real mad drunk experience. And that is a 10-year-old false eyelash, just kind of stuck down as a historic monument.
I would say a piece of history. Right, I'm going to add Reva in, and we're going to see. I'm going to remove myself and add Reva, and we'll see what happens, or if I'm just going to be a guest on the whole of the rest of this live stream.
That would be fun.
Hello. Hey, Jane.
Hey, how are you?
Hilarious. You getting out your diary inspired me to get out my diary. Mine is engraved. Can you see that?
Oh my god, that's so nice.
Cool. Except mine is from now, but I'm weirdly similar to 10-year-old you.
Wow.
Let me find it. What did I do today? Stay in. Yeah. Stay in. Yeah, stay in again. Stay in. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing recently, you know. I think most of us have. But with that, I'm going to kick you off and pick a prompt. In prompts, all I can see is River of Tears. Ooh. Oh, like river. Haha. Okay, so River of Tears. I get that. River of Tears. I can come up with a few more River puns. Oh no, you don't want to hear about these. Okay, so you ready? I'm revolutionary. Oh God, why did I just say that online? Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna get another. Okay, face masks. Face mask. Yeah. I wore one yesterday. Forgot I had a supervision. My supervisor told me to put my camera on, wearing a full face mask. I was like, yeah, my camera isn't working at the time. I love this Zoom excuse. Like, oh, don't want to speak to someone. Sorry, my Wi-Fi's bad. Cut. Like, you can use Zoom to do anything you fucking want. Like, you can have a beach in your background. We're not on holiday. I'm staying at home. No, I'm at the beach. Except I've had a few issues with my Zoom lately. So apparently, when you're on Zoom, you can, if you're sending private messages, people can actually, at the end of the call, see all of those messages. So I didn't realise this, and I was in a meeting with my DOS, and I do geography. All we do is volcanoes and shit. So she was talking about volcanoes and boring stuff, and I just said to my friend on a private message, I was like, oh, I would love to throw my DOS into a volcano. And she saw that. Yeah, so she saw that after the Zoom meeting, and that's the story of how I ended my career. Yeah, good. Moving on from that sad note, sunglasses. I wear those sometimes. Most people do, you know, not good for your eyes to stay out in the sun. Yeah, that's the thing. The sun rays straight into your eyes. Except I've had a bit of an issue with sunglasses, which is that I tend to sit on my friends and, you know, break them. So that's not great. Apologies if you're watching this and I've sat on your sunglasses and they're broken. Yeah, I should probably have, you know, given you some sunglasses to replace them or something, but I didn't because I'm not very nice. No. Okay, Wednesday Cindy's. Oh, please, somebody's trying to hurt me. Why are you giving me PTSD? No, I don't want to talk about. Okay, so no, I love Cindy's. Wow, Cindy's. Great place. I've had some weird moments there. Yeah, got hit on the head by a chair once. That wasn't great. Yeah, there are chairs in Cindy's. You know those massive white stools outside in the smoking area. Couldn't find ice to put on my head, so put some frozen chicken dippers on. Then went to sleep. Woke up in defrosted chicken dippers. Best thing I've ever had in my bed after a night out, definitely. Yeah. I think. Oh, dentist. No, I don't really go to those. No. Are we supposed to? No, I don't think so. Lost phone. Yeah, I've lost a couple of phones. Once I lost a phone, but then I proceeded to think someone stole it, and falsely accused them. I reported it to the porters, and the porters knocked on this poor boy's door. I really hope you're not watching this, and said, "You're going to be put in a cell overnight." And he was just this innocent guy who had no idea who I was or why he was accused of stealing my phone. And he messaged me and he was like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. Like, I understand, like, I dropped water over my laptop yesterday, and I don't really know where the link is there, dropping water on your laptop and losing your phone. Like, okay, thanks for your empathy. But turns out he didn't steal my phone. It turns out I just left it in a museum that I've never been to. I've never been to a museum because I'm an uncultured swine. On that note, I'll finish. Where's Isaac? Are you on next? How do I add him onto this? Ooh,
Hello.
Here he is. Hello, how are you doing?
Oh, you know, fantastic. It's been...
Woo for Isaac. Yeah. Woo. Good.
Thank you.
I can hear them. Yeah.
Good. And let's have a whoop for Reva. Woo!
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, I love that. Okay, next one.
Isn't that nice?
Mm.
Yes. Let's look for some lovely prompts. Embarrassing pitch. No, let's not go for that one. All right, fuck it. Yes. Oh God. Okay. Dead plants. Let's go for dead plants.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna die as a plant. Bye.
Goodbye. So yes, oh, damn it. No, that's not what I meant to say. Dead plants. There we go. Yes. So I have an uncanny ability to kill plants, as you can probably see from behind me here. This lovely dead fallen thing. You would think that keeping plants would be quite a simple task. You know, it sort of seems like all they need is kind of water and sunlight, and you put them in a kind of well-lit room, and then you give them water every now and then, and it all sort of works out fine. However, I've come to realize that is not the case, and there is in fact something else involved, something else going on here, which is basically the universe hates me. This is a realization I've come to, helped by the fact that that I have this uncanny ability to kill plants, but also, you know, many other things. I mean, I think in a way this whole situation that we're currently in is because the universe hates me. That's right. It's all about me, as per usual. But so this plant behind me is dead here, unfortunately. I have two other plants which are currently still alive, and I'm actually holding them for a friend of mine who's away, holding them hostage, you might say, because I'm trying to essentially, you know, I have these plants, and obviously it's well known that I might kill them. So yes, holding them hostage, fantastic. Oh, someone. Okay, someone's come up with the prompt of cooking disaster. I'm actually like a fairly good cook. Apart from I have had a few kind of mishaps once. I don't know if you can see here, but I have a little scar right there on my finger, and essentially how that happened was from a terrible cooking mishap, where I thought it was a really good idea to first of all to microwave some jelly babies, because, you know, science. Let's see what happens when you microwave jelly babies. Turns out not a lot. They just kind of burn and stick to the bowl. After that, I then thought it was a good idea to try and clean the bowl, because I'm a responsible citizen. I thought it was a good idea to clean the bowl with a knife, with a kitchen knife. Just sort of grab the bowl and kind of just sort of jam at it repeatedly, while holding my hand on the other side of the bowl. Of course, given the kind of you know, the convex shape of bowls, you can quite easily see how this knife then kind of instantly went into my hand. Blood everywhere. And it's kind of in those moments that you sort of, I suddenly realized that I'm a lot harder than I thought. You know, I used to think I was quite a wuss, but then I was so much blood everywhere, and I was like, one of my friends passed out, and I just sort of looked at the blood, and I was like, yeah, all right, that's me. Then got taken to the hospital. Didn't give me any stitches, because they basically said I was making a big fuss about nothing. So suddenly, you know, that whole thought of like harder than I thought, I realized, well, actually, maybe it wasn't a big deal at all. They just kind of gave me a little bandage and sent me on my way. I don't actually know how long I've been on for. One of the prompts is why someone would have brown hair but a blonde beard. This is not, my hair is not brown. This is blonde hair. And this is not a blonde beard. This is a ginger beard. I'm just correcting something that's been said in the comments there. That's not stand up. But yeah, okay. So I think I'm not sure how long I've been on for, but I feel that's my time. So why don't we move along to our there we go. Hello.
Honestly,
How are you?
I'm fine. Honestly, good morning. Because it is the morning. I'm thrilled to hear that. Oh, can we get some prompts in the comments while I'm making small talk? Thrilled to find out that COVID-19 did not develop from any animal, but from the universe hating you, Isaac.
Yeah, I know, it's a shocker, right? I who saw that coming? I mean, me, obviously, but other than that, who saw that coming?
Yeah, thrilled to announce a new scapegoat to everyone watching live. If you want to spread that around, we can get that going. And I think there's enough things happening now. I'm gonna start with clocks in the comments, so I'll see you later, Isaac.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you later.
Right. Morning, everyone. Good evening. So, because technology is a misogynist, Katie will be joining me here also to hold my hand through the screen. Katie, other way. Oh, lovely. Women supporting women at the end of the day. So yes, clocks was my prompt. Here we go. Clock, there's a little clock here. I thought that this setup in front of a roaring fire would kind of give me, and the clock indeed would kind of give me an old man storyteller vibe to reclaim that identity from Charles Dance. But instead, I think because of the beige and the bit, it's suddenly got a very kind of Get Out vibe that I'm not mad about. So anyway, yeah, this clock, it doesn't work. Oh my God, this is not, anyway, this clock, it does not work. My watch stopped as well. I thought, how bold of household items to perform dramatic irony in times like these, like, well done for being poetically poignant in these times, but also I would like my watch to work. However, Timpsons, you're gonna have to wait another day until this is all over. What am I seeing? I've seen Cabin in the Woods in the comment. That's a new prompt. I'm setting off on a new prompt again. A woman can have it all. Cabin in the Woods. That was a film, wasn't it? Also a horror trope. Indeed, that film played on tropes of narratives, as films sometimes do. Yeah, I think it's just like, is it an American thing to go to a cabin in the woods? Because I've never fancied it. Oh no, I tell a lie. I have been in a cabin in the woods. When I went on holiday once in some sort of like, the technology, I've just realized I forgot to time myself. So Katie, just hop on in whenever I'm approaching my time. And there were bears around the place. I had to Google at the time because there were indeed bears around. In my head, I thought, because I was about 13 and very just adolescent, I kind of pictured in my head that these would be grizzly bears. They are black bears, which are smallest bears, but I really thought I'd be in danger. The other thing that made me feel like I was in danger was because bears, there's this whole thing about them being attracted to food and everything. And you would have thought, what's a prime food that a bear will be attracted to? Raw meat. What's a major part of raw meat? Blood. What's a major part of a teenage girl? You guessed it, her period. So I was terrified that this bear would come, this hypothetical giant bird, bear. The birds and the bears, we're teaching it all today. I was terrified that this tiny bear would come for my, I want to say tiny menstruating body, but let's be real, I had a lot of puppy fat. I was not tiny. But yeah, turns out bears not really attracted to that. It's not a thing. But it was fine nonetheless. What else have I done? I'm missing a holiday, you know. The other day I went out into the garden to try and get that holiday spirit. But I remembered I hate being outside. I hate nature, as proven by the aforementioned anecdote. And it's not actually that nice. My mum is worried and keeps telling me to like sit in the garden because I may have be sort of developing an indoors vitamin deficiency, which I'm guessing will just only add to the entire just that girl from the TV show Girls in Get Out energy. And on that note, we've done a full callback, which I'm thrilled about in this improv setting. And I'm going to hand you back to Katie and just have a nice day.
Okay, wonderful. Right, I'm going to remove you from the stream. Farewell, Ange. Lovely to see you as ever. Okay, so that is it. That is our 10 performers. I would just like to say a huge thank you to every performer that was involved, and a massive thank you as well to our audience, our initial audience, for some absolutely fantastic and truly wild prompts. I'd like to say thank you to my dad for commenting and letting me know that he'd learned a lot more about me. I feel that was unnecessary, but we'll be having that conversation when I go downstairs. I'd also like to say thank you to the man who tried to explain how to solve all the tech issues. It just proves that mansplaining will not stop in this virtual age. And I would like to say thank you to all of you guys for some fantastic prompts and some fantastic stand-up from the performers too. Yes, I think that is all I have to say. Lots of love to everyone, and I shall now attempt to end this broadcast.